Okay, so here I am about to make our weekly bread. Yep, I said it, weekly bread. This is the baking room. It's all got bakery stuff, see? Yeah. So anyway, I make our bread for the week. 2 loaves. So follow along. It's very simple and delicious. Okay, first things first, mixing bowl, KitchenAid, and bread flour. So, what I like to do is 6.5 cups of bread flour. Oops, sorry. I don't know how I'm going to record this, but it's 6.5, and I measure like this. I spoon it in, and once it's up, like so, I give it a tap, and then I do a swift level off. Okay, and then I put it into the processing bowl. That's 1. I'll do that 5 more times and a half. I'll be back. Okay, it's the last one, and that is, so it's 6.5 cups of flour. Okay, 6.5 cups of flour, and then I use a 1/2 cup of the dried milk, a whole teaspoon of salt. This is sea salt. You can ground this up finer if you want. I don't. Just throw it in. 2 teaspoons of active dry yeast. If you're getting it in the packet, you're getting 2¼ teaspoons. This is being fermented in the refrigerator, so I don't do that much yeast. I don't want a bunch of yeasty taste. These are my dry ingredients, and then I just whisk them to incorporate it all. And that's it for the dry. Wee. Okay. So now I will attach it to the KitchenAid and add my wet ingredients. Okay, so I have some honey. I like to sweeten our bread with honey. I don't measure, I just look. So I do 1, I do 6, 2, it's about 6 teaspoons, 3, 4, 5, get creative with it, and 6. Yep, just do that. I have my water heating up a little bit in the microwave, and I have my butter softening. That's all we're gonna add. We're gonna mix it. Oh, I hear the butter timer. Stand by. So as I was saying, we're gonna mix this, or knead with our little dough hook for about 6 to 7 minutes. I gotta put this back in the fridge to keep it inert. Okay, I'll be back. So, bread making's really easy if you just stick to a recipe. Why does it look like there's a fucking filter on my phone? I wonder if it just comes with the filter bin, because I don't look like this. I look more like this. Yeah. I got my cock up there. Hold on, stand by. The timer's going. Okay. I have popping butter. Oh, this plate's hotter than the butter probably is. I'm not supposed to heat up on that plate. It's a stone plate. They do not like it when they're heated. So, I am not going to really try to get this too crazy. I am going to actually throw it in my flour water bottle with 2.5 cups of water. And my butter, because this plate is freaking hot. I'm gonna see you on the other side of hell. Alright, so there's 2.5 cups of water, 6 tablespoons of butter, some honey for sweetness, and we're just gonna let that knead up for a little bit. And then you know you're going to have to scrape the sides down. So I'm going to let this go for a little bit so it doesn't get too sloshy and too crazy on my hands. Because remember, we're putting this in the refrigerator until Wednesday. Today is Monday, 11 a.m. So stand by and I'm going to scrape down the sides. Okay, scrape down the sides. Now I'm just going to let this get back into kneading. Make sure that I'm getting all of it. I'm going to check under. Look under here. I'm going to make sure that see how it's grabbing the flour? Nice. It's moving it about. So I'm going to keep it on a 2. So you can see it's really forming a thick ball. I have a half a cup of water on the standby just in case. It's not really humid here today, but with altitude and humidity, you do want to check your water content. I might add it, I might not. It doesn't look like I'm going to need to add it, so I'm going to tell you my next step, because this is going to go on for a few minutes. And when I say a few minutes, about 8 minutes. I just let it go until it gets a nice, smooth, elastic ball. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do next. Stand by. So this is my bread bowl. And you can see butter bits in there. So this is going to go for a few more minutes. I might add some rye just to kind of round out the flavor, because this has got 2 days in the fridge to ferment. And then I take it out Wednesday morning. I'm usually up by 4:30 or 5. I take it out and I bake it around 4 in the evening in pans. I have my bread pans here. These are from restaurant supply store. I believe they're Winco. No, these are Choice. These are really good pans. They're very inexpensive. I just washed them with water. Someone nicked it and I want to punch him. Anyway, so I just bake them in my bread pans. But I have a plastic bowl here that I sprinkle in a little olive oil, or if you're Rachel Ray, EVOO. Okay. Once this forms a nice dough, I pop it in my dough bowl, put the lid on it, and put it in the fridge. I don't autolyse, or whatever you call it. I mean, I know what it's called, but I don't do that. I let the refrigerator do everything I need it to do. Like I said, it's Monday, it's 11 a.m. Come Wednesday, we'll have bread, and I'll show you what it looks like. I do this every Monday and every Wednesday. My family loves bread. I love bread. And it makes 2 dozen. I have 2 bread pans that I make. And I'll show you some of last week's bread. I mean, there's not much left. Stand by. So, I'm in our freezer, and this is last week's bread. I mean, it looks like bread because it is bread. It's really good. I slice it after it cools off. Got some really good soup bones in here. I slice it after it cools off, and we use it throughout the week. 2 loaves, 1 week. I know exactly what's in it. I know what it's going to taste like. It's my same recipe I use all the time. So, hopefully, you'll try this bread recipe and love it and know how easy it is to make homemade, fresh sandwich bread. And if you do, please let me know, because I think it's cool that everybody shares recipes online. Yeah, I have a lot of gray coming in, man. I actually think I'm thinning here and going bald. I'm in my 50s. I don't care. Anyway, cheers. Ta-ta. That means I'll see you later. Okay. All right. Bye.